Ah, February, a whole month dedicated to love, romance, and relationships, where two beings come together in symbiotic harmony. And I can think of no example better than Eddie Brock and his symbiote. So for this month, it's Venom Valentine's, and I can think of no figure better to start with than the third edition of the Toy Biz line, Tongue-Licking Venom. So without further ado, let's take a closer look at this guy.
During the Secret Wars on Battleworld, Spider-Man was the first one to bond with the alien symbiote costume. After rejecting the alien symbiote, it came in contact with Eddie Brock, where their mutual dislike of Spider-Man allowed the two to bond and form Venom. With the symbiote's connection to its previous host, Venom is granted many of the same powers and abilities equal to, or if not greater, than Spider-Man's, along with additional powers such as shape-shifting and the ability to block Spider-Man's spider sense. Venom is one of the biggest threats Spider-Man has ever had to face.
Alright, so here we have a look at Marvel and Toy Biz's tongue-lashing Venom. Now this is actually the third version of Venom to come out from the Marvel and Toy Biz line, the first being the talking Venom and then the slime-squirting Venom. And comparing him to those two, he's actually kind of slim and a little wimpy. He's definitely lacking in that bulk from the original ones, which are a little bit more comic book accurate. This guy seems a little bit more like a black suit Spider-Man than Venom, except if you didn't have the face or other stuff on there, you would actually kind of swear it was actually black suit Spider-Man. However, what he lacks in his bulk or in his muscles, he definitely makes up for in added articulation. Now, his head can't move, but his arms are able to still go up and down, and you see they actually added a elbow joint to this guy this time. And his legs can go up and down, and he has a little bit of knee articulation. I do enjoy how his hands are sculpted and the overall sculpt of his arms. If you remember those first two Venoms, their arms were kind of just all the way out, and their fingers were spread, kind of like it was Frankenstein. This time you get a nice fist and a kind of a hand stretched out. Yeah, it's sort of the same, but at least it's not down, it's off to the side. Now, he does have a gimmick, which is actually this little lever back here, and just as his namesake says, if you pull it down, his tongue comes out. Because as you know, in the comic books, Venom always has that long red tongue, showing that he's just some sort of crazed monster. Yeah, anyways, this particular figure belonged to my cousin, so I am missing a few parts to him. I tried looking, I thought I had it, but yeah, I just couldn't find the piece. But he originally came with a symbiote's chest cover that would kind of slip over his head and would look like the symbiote's kind of forming over his chest, like it's pushing back, ready to engulf him. Or you could actually take that chest piece off and stick it on Spider-Man, so it's like you just shut that out and it's starting to attack Spider-Man or whatever you wanted to. But like I said, this was actually originally one of my cousin's figures, and he gave it to me when I was when he was starting to grow out of toys. And so a lot of these guys' parts have been lost over time, just from him bringing them over to my house, me bringing them over to his house, vice versa, and then them just winding up in my collection. So, yeah, they're not all fully 100% complete. Still, anyways, this guy is actually a pretty cool figure, and he was one of my favorite Venoms to actually play with, just because he had a little bit extra articulation. However, he's not my favorite Venom to come out of the Toy Biz line. That one is actually way down the line. But next week we'll be taking a look at Eddie Brock symbiote, which is actually my favorite out of the Amazing Spider-Man Toy Biz line. Anyways, this has been a look at Marvel's and Toy Biz's tongue-lashing Venom. Yeah. Once again, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed what you've seen today, please help me out by sharing, liking, or even subscribing. Comments and advice are also appreciated. Who knows, something you suggest may appear on the show in the future.